Yeah, you triggered me a little bit last time you were on the show.
Did you? Good.
A little bit. I was a little triggered.
Were you mad? What do you
No,
think
no,
it was?
I wasn't mad. I'm never mad, but it was like when you were saying that my dad was cheating, I was like, my dad wouldn't do that. Like,
Yeah, but you're a girl. You don't want to believe it. I'll tell you this,
hmm
respectfully.
hmm
If I had to bet $1 million, I would have to put it on he did it at least once because I know how men are.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I also know that the woman would not have had to be attractive, just different,
Yeah.
you know? And as hurtful as it is,
hmm
and I remember because you told me that was my worldview, and I was
hmm
thinking to myself, you can shove your worldview up your ass because I know
Yeah.
just how they are. And I think what really makes that tough
hmm
is one might be under the assumption that had your father done that, and I'm not saying he did, he
hmm
would be a bad man. I would say bullshit. I would say he took care of his family.
hmm
He provided for your mother and never left her for a younger woman. Took care, made you an incredible person, made your brother a good person, and out supporting society, right?
hmm
That's a 1% man. Just because he got some pussy on a Tuesday one time
hmm
has nothing to do with who he is. And I think society fucks that up. They say there's this great guy and he did very, very good, but he slept with that one bitch
I
at the office.
actually I agree with you.
Yeah.
I think like I don't agree. I don't think my dad cheated. I'm gonna say
I'm
that.
not saying he did. I'm
But
saying if he had,
I think if my dad was in your position, and I think most men, if they're in your position or the position of like many athletes or whatever, where women are like chasing them and hunting them down, I, I don't think there's a lot of men that would say no over like a 50-year period. So actually, I agree with you.
no
Yeah.
chance. So here's the other thing too, is that you take a man that uses monogamy and loyalty as a mating strategy. You know, look at a guy like me or my friends and be like, those guys are a piece of shit, baby. I would never. No, no, no. Women mistake a guy that can't get it for loyalty. Big mistake people make. Big mating strategy of more beta type guys. They're trading sexual exclusivity for something they can't get regularly, which is sex. And they give up all their resources for it, and they want to act like I'm a bad guy. But just before we turn this camera on, I showed you a woman that was throwing herself at me. And what did you see me send her back?
You said no in some way.
With
You sent
what? A
a
photo?
photo. You sent her a photo of her family.
Boom. Now, who's the asshole now?
Kids were so cute too.
I know.
But you said you didn't judge her. I was like, how do you not judge
I'm
that?
not judging her. I see it so much. I still have Facebook.
Okay.
It's disgusting how many married women hit on me on Facebook. It's disgusting. So, for me, instead of getting mad, I play ball. I understand hypergamy.
Yeah, so you could get mad at the game or you could play it.
I could play. And I just choose. And look, was the woman attractive?
Yeah.
I just like, here's my thing. Number one, I don't want to sleep on a bad conscience. And I see those kids and I'm just like, nah, I had that happen to me.
You had that happen to you? Oh, with
Well, fuck yeah.
yeah, with your,
Yeah.
mhm.
Then I'm watching my dad and my stepdad roll around the grass in the front yard. Just bullshit. Why?
Mhm.
Why? It's not like I'm not in abundance. I'm one of very few men that will ever tell that woman no. And you saw what she said. I'm like, pick somebody else. She's like, no, I want you. Hypergamy. Because if she was just a whore, she would just go fuck somebody. It's hypergamy. It's a cross and up, right?
Mhm.
It's exactly what it is. A prime example of hypergamy.
Do you think women can ever be happy with a guy that doesn't fulfill her hypergamy? Like, do you think that?
I think that if I was a normal guy,
Mhm.
I didn't mean to cut your question off,
Go ahead.
but I want to answer the first one. If I were just some normal dude, I would not marry a woman that would not commit to leaving social media because it ruins it. It ruins it. Look, back in the 80s, my dad might have seen one or two women
Mhm.
that were beautiful outside of my mom, and he might have seen them in a parking lot one time and never saw them again, you know?
Mhm.
And so in that way, it made things a lot easier for people. I don't think it's easy for women
Mhm.
because women, Either they marry a normal guy and they get flooded with every guy that is statistically better than them in some way, and they are naturally hypergamous by their primal needs, right? So I'm not out here saying like women are shit. And then men, they go online and they're like me or my friends, and they get the selection of all the women they want.
Mm-hmm.
And I might sleep with said person, but I'm probably not going to wife her up because my inbox is full of it. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's easy for either side. And then if you're a normal guy, then you're really screwed because you're not really kind of getting either one of those.
Yeah, like what do you think a normal guy should do to avoid being the husband?
I don't think it's about not being a husband or not.
No, I meant avoid being
Because
the
I think you
husband.
can be a husband without being married, first of all. I'll say
Okay.
that.
Okay.
Like if you have children and you love somebody, I believe in love fully and I also believe in family fully.
Mm-hmm.
So if I had kids in a family, if I would take care of them fully, she would be retired, should have a very large house and be set. If I was a normal guy, I would try to find a scenario where I could be the hero because no man wants a woman that he can't save from a castle and dragon. The reason you and your brother get along more is because you respect the fact that he's out there working. Like you're showing more respect to him.
Mm-hmm.
If the man cannot get admiration for the hard work that he's doing, it's no longer worth it. It's the beautiful thing about love. I completely believe in love. If a man can't be with a woman where she's like, I really appreciate everything you're doing to protect, to provide. You are our hero. It's not worth it for the man at all. It's simply not. So what I would do, number one, is I always say this, is if you were living in Indiana and you were 5'10", you can still get jacked. You can still work on your style. You can still get a damn good job or start a small business. And you can be the fucking man in your little small town in Indiana. Like the man. And then ideally you would have either a joint social media or none at all. And that way you don't have to put your wife in that position of seeing all the competition that's out there because it's only natural that it's going to feel that way. So that's what I would do personally. And if she said you were controlling, a woman only calls a man controlling when she doesn't want to be inside the frame of that man. I've never had a woman call me controlling ever. But hey, what's your Instagram?
That's
Boom.
so true.
It's absolutely fucking true.
That's so true. Like a girl's not gonna.
A girl, no, because all she wants is to be with you. You saw that other message I showed you.
Yeah. Especially when like the guy has all the leverage. It's like what you're gonna argue and what.
But here's the point of the matter though.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I say yes to that girl I sent the photo of her family to.
Mm-hmm.
I would have all the leverage then. She knows that damn good and well when she's going in. Women will go into a relationship knowing the man's got all the leverage. That's what they want. They want to look up to the man.
Mm-hmm.
Respect equals love with a woman. They want to respect you. They could fucking hate you and still sleep with you. They could hate you and be in love with you. I've had many, many, many women madly in love with me, screaming, I hate you.
It's closer to love, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because indifference is what you should worry about if you're a man.
Oh, that's so true.
Yeah.
So true.
It's very true.
You worry about the ex-boyfriend that we talk about, not the one that we that we don't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's who you should be worried about.
Mm.
And still being friends with him on Facebook is fucked.
No.
So is it controlling, or do I love you enough to not put these things in front of you? Why would I send my girl to the club? You can send a good girl to a club in Miami and she'll fuck up. She'll get drunk. I come through, start talking a little shit. Next thing you know, boom. And she won't tell me that she's got a boyfriend back home. Oh, single girls trip.
Mm-hmm.
It's that dickhead's fault that sent her or let her. And if she's truly in love with him, and she's like, hey, Sally wanted me to go on a girls trip. And he's like, you ain't going on a girls trip. Come with me. She don't want nothing in the world than your time. Especially if you're on your purpose and you're busy and you're working a lot. Truly. Not faking working, but really working. She wants nothing in the world but to be with you if she's truly in love with you. Genuine desire. And so when that's not the case, then I think a man has to worry about. Men worry after the sex is, after somebody's already cheated.
Mm-hmm.
Men should worry when she's liking photos that she shouldn't be liking. It's like the small shit, or like, can I go on a girls trip? Just her asking. Either you're gonna have to educate her on the subject, or you need